keep talking to you, Brett?
Starting. Actually using a Ouija board. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Flooring Models. Here we are with you for the turkey shoot part 4. Is it? Yeah. 4. 3. 4. Oh no, part 4. 4.
Yeah, well, 4.
Thursday, Saturday, yeah. 4.
Yeah.
Back with you.
4.
We are all still awake, as you can see. Joined this evening by our special Americano guest, Mr. Brett from High Altitude Hobbies. Hold on, got to make sure. There he is. All the way from Colorado. What altitude are you, Brett?
10,200 feet above sea level.
Jesus, don't need oxygen if you go over 10,000 feet.
Not where I live. They do high altitude military training at our little airport. So
yes,
I've got C-130s and I saw Ospreys the other day for the first time. A-10s.
Mm-hmm.
They do Black Hawk helicopter training because apparently they get too high. They can't touch down.
Yeah,
because the altitude, they got to practice.
Yeah, well, the trouble is with that, they can touch down, but they'll never get up again.
That's
they have
right.
to start going down the runway, getting some speed and throw himself off. So, yes, very, very cool. Anyway, Brett is also our US distributor for Flooring Models products as well. Hence, whilst he's completely decked out in all the gear.
Oops, wrong side.
That's it, wrong side. He's got all the rest of it and things like that as well. And obviously, as of next year, Brett's going to be the sole way you'll be able to get it for North America as well. So you'll be able to get it all from Brett. So now you've met him, you know what he looks like. You knew who to blame then. That's it.
You're all welcome to drive up the mountain and come visit me.
Absolutely. So Brett's got a place as well. So a nice store and everything. So you can go up and see him, which would be absolutely great. So Brett's going to be with us for this evening. So if you've got any questions for Brett as well, absolutely. Post up your questions and we'll ask them to him as ever. Obviously, Matt's back with us with his car, looking very, very glossy.
Good evening.
Or
yeah,
hopefully,
it's all right.
Is it dried now?
Yeah, it is actually, yeah. Yeah, it's proper touch dry. Like I said, I think I'll leave it tonight just to be safe while I do some other bits, but yeah, it's dry.
Very
Still
nice
shiny.
indeed.
Still
Very
blue
nice.
and shiny.
Colour did come out very well. Very nice. And
Yes, it
Andy, how's it going?
Yeah, fine. I've obviously not done anything since we were last on. Tank bottom of the half of the tank's painted. Just going to crack on with the turret this evening.
Very nice. Cool.
Get that sorted.
And Nathan, how are you?
I'm all right, and the Sea Harrier is nudging towards paint, getting
Right.
closer and closer.
Definitely nudging. Now, there's a word. Anyway. So, yes, very good. For me, to be honest with you, I haven't even set up my cameras yet for this bit. Hold on. Here we go. Something like that. As you might notice, I've reprimed just so it's even for the white paint to go over. So I thought I'd just let this dry. I literally did it just before we came on air. So I've literally just reprimed these up over the colour, just so, because obviously with white and yellow don't mix particularly well. So I thought we'd go right over and reprime. So I've just primed up my little guys again, so they're all set and ready to go. So that's the plan for that one. And then this evening, what we'll do is obviously answering your questions, few giggles, usual bits and pieces. And then obviously I'll try and get the white coat on this one, maybe even get the next coat on. We'll see how we go with that one. So yes. Good job. Hoping everybody's okay in the chat rooms.
Yeah.
Are they all right in there?
Where Comrade Buller is.
Yeah,
John said
unfortunately, Comrade Buller's asleep. Oh, Matt's already put that, I see. He's had a busy day, and he's decided he's going to down a bottle of wine and sleep. So it's like, to be honest, we couldn't blame him. So that's where he's gone tonight. So, but he will be back on with us tomorrow, no doubt. If not, I'll go and get him. He'll have no choice.
Is this time of year for him?
Yeah. Because of all the black sales, you know, the Black Friday sales and everything else that's gone on, and Christmas, he's really, and then obviously with COVID, I think it's just absolute, chaos, really.
Yeah.
So that's the one with that. So yes, good afternoon to everybody in there. Remember, if you can update your builds on the site during the evening, we'll go and have a look at those before we finish tonight. Then obviously we'll have a look at them tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll be hopefully finishing off on tomorrow night's show, or getting near to it. Remember, don't rush your builds. Take your time with them. And if you don't finish them, they'll be moved over into the normal parts of the forum, so you can finish them off at your leisure later on. Okay, so don't rush them to finish them, because there's nothing worse than sort of putting your foot down a bit, making a few errors, getting fed up with it, and it ends up on the shelf of doom. Best to take your time; you'll be absolutely fine with it.
Yes.
Cool. Very good. Right.
Right. So we crack on.
Shall we? So which bits are you doing then, Matt? What are you up to?
I'm going to do some interior parts. So I'm going to paint the seats. So find a colour, paint the seats. I've got some satin black to paint. To be honest, I'm going to just paint it. I'm not really going to show the engine off. I'm going to seal it up. So I'm just going to do that coat of black paint. I'm not going to get to town with that. I'm not too fussed. Under framing, I've got paint. So it'll be black. I'm going to paint the wheels off white, and then, like I say, just sort of a colour out for the seats and the back in that bit.
Got you. Yeah.
So yeah. That's what my plan is tonight.
Very nice. Call for it. Go for it. Nath, and your plan?
Yeah.
What are you planning on getting done tonight?
I would really like to get a coat of paint on the Harrier.
Yes.
But I'm just checking for my weapons fit, because I've got a centerline pylon but nothing to put on it.
I don't think they
Bit of
did.
research, and then
Yeah, I don't think they actually carried anything on operational, did they?
I've heard, listening to these podcasts over the weekend, Sea Harriers did attack Port Stanley Airport with cluster bombs and stuff. I think mainly they're just like interceptors, weren't they?
Yeah, for the interceptor role, obviously it's just a couple of sidewinders. Although it did carry the twin racks as well, didn't it? So it could carry 4.
So I'm just going to have a bit of flick through, see if there was a picture of something on that pylon. Otherwise, I'll just chop it and get rid of the little nub for where the bomb fits.
Very nice. Cool. Very good. Andy?
I'm going to spray my tracks first. I'm trying to think of just a quick, easy, dirty way just to do them on weather. Also, I'm going to spray them with XF52. Then I'll rust them up a little bit and then use some, something to shine them up a bit, metal-wise, and
dry brush.
Yeah,
Buff them up. Get some dark iron on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also got some Ushi Van der Rosen steel pigment stuff. I might use that to do them with.
Good call.
So that's my plan to do, and we'll do that quickly now, so they're sort of drying, so then I can crack on with my turret. So then, when I come to next painting, it's just like green. I don't have to worry about other colours. But
very nice. One already for you, Brett. Question: have you got a monogram 1/24 scale ZZ Top 1932 Ford Coupe?
Pretty sure I have one in the inventory. I'm just going to have to check it later.
There we go. What is the best paints for Imperial Japanese lacquer paints for Imperial Japanese Navy? Ooh.
Tamiya, isn't it?
Yeah, but are they in the LP range as well?
Tamiya guns. There is some Japanese colours, yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. So it's funny enough, I have them here. Weirdly. So yeah, the LP range apparently do it. Imperial Japanese grey. Well, you've got a different grey, 12, 13. They're all Imperial Japanese colours, and it looks like LP 14 is, LP 15 is. So yes, Tamiya by the looks of it.
AK Real Colors has them all too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of lacquer.
Yeah, we were saying they're a bit of a hybrid. Those are a bit of everything, aren't they? They tend to, I think they thin best with lacquers or alcohol, definitely, versus over the acrylics. What's your favourite paint, Brett?
Right now it's the AK Real Color because I'm having trouble getting Tamiya lacquers in the U.S. They're stuck in California waiting for labeling.
Oh, look, so it's not just us, Matt.
Oh, no. That's music to my ears, Brett.
Matt sent me the whole range of Tamiya LP about a year ago, so I do have it.
I can say, do you like them?
I do like them, but I'm afraid to use them because I have to order them again from you.
Yeah, costs that much.
Doubled.
You say you should let me think. I'll just whack it in a box. Whatever you need, I'll chuck it in a box for you.
That's a good idea.
If you got some other stuff coming.
I'm using all the real colors right now because they seem to work well until I can get all the Tamias.
Yeah.
I'll be selling them when I can get them, but they're just stuck in California for the last year.
Blimey. I say labelling issues are thinking it for us as well, so yeah. Pain in the backside it is, but there you go.
Yes. I think it's one of those things like the labelling issue. It almost seems to be getting out of hand because I didn't realise the US had the problem with it as well. But we know Europe has a bit. UK seems to have even worse. And obviously, you'd think Tamiya would do this at the grassroots level. Then, if everywhere apart from Japan's got a problem with the labelling, you think they might do something about it, really. But there you go. I suppose, as we've always said, they sort of do their home market, isn't it?
Yeah.
I ordered the full range, display rack, and everything exactly 1 year ago.
Wow.
And it's still being delayed.
Wow, that's quite a delay, isn't it?
Well, we weren't that bad.
I was going to say, I'll take it all back.
Yeah, we weren't near that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blimey, yeah.
Like compressor too loud?
You'd think though, if they know they were going to actually bring them in, the labels would have been sorted. If you know what I mean. If you ordered it that long ago, you know, if they're planning on bringing it into the US, you'd think, right, it's going to have a labelling issue. We need to get this sorted before then we're taking orders off people to actually stock it. You know.
I think so, yeah.
Well, hey.
But everything goes through California, and California's a nightmare.
Yeah, well, that's it. You have labels for everything now, including water, isn't it?
Yep. California.
You get a health warning on bottles of water saying can cause cancer.
Just on a thing then, Brett, how come it does get to California? Why can't it get to somewhere else? Is it just...
Because it's coming from Asia, so it's got to come through California.
Oh, right, okay.
That's just how it works here.
Oh, okay.
On the right coast, isn't it?
The stuff I get from Phil goes through Washington, D.C., which works out okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose we think, yeah.
Just move, there we go, that's probably a bit better.
Right.
See Nathan a bit better there. What else we got? Brett, how is the B-17 coming along?
Well, Hans, it's right here. I've been doing a video build on this for about 2 years now. And I plan on finishing it before the end of the year, so if there's more parts filmed, so I'll get them put up.
Which one is it?
It's the Airfix 172G. I've got it. I've got the brass barrels for the guns here. So, you're not on that camera, you're on.
There we go, we're on this one. Yeah.
So yeah, it's coming along.
Very nice.
Yeah, cool. Right?
Just COVID hit, my business doubled because we're a hardware store and a hobby store and we're essential. So I've been working a lot.
Yeah.
It's a nice kit. I don't do 1/72 very often, but this has turned out to be a really nice kit.
I was going to say, it's the bomber scale though, isn't it? In 72nd, I think it's a nice scale.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, like I said, I got the brass barrels for it, so I will get it done, I promise.
Apparently, no two-stroke engines in California except for chainsaws. Wow. That's it. They will be driving Teslas next year.
Well, they're making a law about electric cars by 2030. We can get it in California.
Yeah, we've got the same one coming in, apparently. As of 2030, you won't be able to buy a petrol or diesel car.
Yep.
Don't know how that's going to quite work. Can you imagine it? If I came up to Doncaster, I'd have to fuel twice. I'd have to recharge twice. Because I bounce it in a day, it'll put an extra 4 hours on my trip.
I was going to say, I'd have the same problem coming to you, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, yes.
We'll see. We'll see how they get around that. But yeah,
I'm not giving up the
You would if you lived here with the price of fuel.
I just drive it less.
Yeah, that's it. No, I know lots of people have got V8s, and then literally we call them the Sunday car because it just comes out for a small little drive on a Sunday because you can't afford to use it as your daily driver. They've all got a Nissan Leaf or something for the week.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of the guys saying about they've been ordering LP paints out of Canada because apparently you can get them out in Canada, which sounds a bit of a thing.
Are they not as strict then?
Oh, I thought Canada would be, really.
Well, no postage from Canada is any cheaper than getting it from you guys.
Mm.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the cost of postage for it's just gone through the roof for us to post abroad. It's a nightmare. So I'm sorry for them in Australia and New Zealand because it's just astronomical.
Yeah. Has
Well, my
been.
post United States isn't bad. Posting to Canada is about twice the United States. I haven't tried the rest of the world yet.
Just put Australia in and just see.
I want to know how comes it's cheaper to post to New Zealand than it is Australia, yet from our point of view it's further.
That doesn't make sense.
No, but it actually costs more to send to Australia than it does to New Zealand.
Right. I'm just going to mute myself because I'm doing some spraying again.
Okay, no problem.
See you in a bit.
Jack says, so Brett, did you pay a couple of $100 on eBay for the t-shirt? For the Winged Up Wings?
I actually got this shirt at the Chattanooga Nationals last year because Winged Up Wings was there.
Mm-hmm.
I got great pictures of the Lancaster and of the triplane, and they were still alive when I got the shirt, and they were giving me shirts away.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, you want to frame it, hang it on the wall.
Yeah. This Flory hoodie's got to be worth some money.
Well, that's it, because they haven't been available for some time either, really. So, yeah, definitely. As I said, when we get back to normal, I'll try and get the merch done again. But as I say, time at the moment, it's just crazy.
So not many of us have got Flory hoodies, have we, Phil?
Yeah, no, they haven't, because I gave mine in good faith to somebody's partner because she was cold, bless her heart. And next thing you know, Andy's wearing it.
You went home without it. And...
Andy's got one.
Is posting to Canada still problematic from the UK? No, it's not. It just takes a while. And what happened was because of obviously aviation, they usually put a lot of mail and stuff in the bottom of the planes as they're flying back and forth. But because there's no planes flying, really, the price has gone up and it's taking longer. That's the trouble. So whereas it used to be 5 to 7 days to Canada from here, now it's more like 14 to a month. And that's pretty much the same for anywhere now. US is taking about 2 weeks to a month. Same with Australia. So,
do we think it'll ever go back down again, though?
Well, this is going to be it, isn't it? It's a bit like everything. The price is now there. It's not going to go back down. It will just be left that way, won't it?
They always rise faster than they fall.
Yes.
It takes about 14 to 21 days for me to have a package go to Canada.
Mm.
And I'm 600 miles away.
Yeah.
800 away.
The biggest problem we've got, and obviously me and Brett have had this, is that if you think, Brett, you remember the last order I sent you in 2 parts?
Mm-hmm.
The second one got to you in 4 days, but the other one took 2 weeks. But the first one was sent first. And it's just, I think it's a lottery in the system, especially when it goes through customs, how quick it goes through. Sometimes they'll just go straight through. Other times they're sidelined and then that's it. And they will sit there and sit there and sit there. And I just get sent an email saying it's delayed. It's in the system and that's it. And you just don't know. But say that second one that went out to you beginning of the month, that just flew through, no problem at all. But as I say, it was really strange how the second one got there like a week before the first one. So, but that's it. But I was saying, we've had stuff. I had one stuck from June in Florida, you know, that was going to a customer and it just sat there in the sorting office just with the delayed note on it. So I think it was just sat in a cage waiting to be processed.
Pot luck then.
As soon as it gets in customs and there's a problem, FedEx notifies me right away. And I've got to explain what it is, what it's for. And you've already got the explanation written on the box.
And they've already called me as well. That's the thing. Because I get them and they say, I get a phone call. And it's usually a very nice American lady from FedEx who wants me to confirm all the specifics from the product. So I do all of that. And she's none the wiser anyway after I've told her. So she says, normally, so we'll put this down as a paint. And it said, not really, because it's not actually a paint in theory. It goes through different systems. And so it's like, by the end of it, you go, yeah, call it a paint. It's fine. So it ticks the box clearly to go through. So, but yes, I must admit, I get a phone call from them as well. I think they check everything. So,
anything for it. Never charge me more or anything. They just delay it, make sure it's good, and send it to me.
Yeah, well, sometimes they will, as I say, pop it open and check the contents, which I've always said is fair enough. You know, as you say, it must look a bit dodgy when it goes through on the old scanner. Pigments probably look like cocaine, and then obviously you've got the washes, little bottles like it. So that's the trouble we have with Israel. So what have we got? Yeah, some of the guys ordered some stuff, obviously from Hannants. It took 9 weeks to get to Canada.
Wow. I just don't think they know what they're doing, because there's times it'll sit in American customs before going to Canada and go straight through, or it'll sit in Canada customs after going straight through to Canada. So
yeah,
I don't think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, Brian said he ordered some stuff off of you and it took 9 weeks to get to Western Canada. That's because you're remote in Canada. I've seen ice road truckers.
That's Alaska, isn't it?
No, he does Canada as well now. It used to be Alaska, because I've been to there. I went up the Dalton when we was in Canada, in Alaska.
Canada and the States have got a trade deal which can go through really quick.
Well, we had a person, I'm not going to get political here, leading our government who kind of messed up the trade deal a little bit.
So I think we've got all
Yeah, the mug's going out. The guys in the chat are talking about it. I'm amazed how quickly they got there. They only went out on Thursday, and everybody seems to be getting them in the UK. So I think the UK's postage seems to be doing very well at the moment. Rest of the world, Chris got one of the early ones, and when he won it in the auction, and the thing is that got there in about 2 weeks. So that's why I was determined to get them out really before December if I could, so you get them in time for Christmas. So hopefully they're all winging their way and getting their way through. It'd be interesting to see when they start dropping into the US and getting further afield.
At least the customs declaration form won't cause much bother for a ceramic mug.
Yeah, it says mug. Literally mug. That's it.
Has anyone got recommendations for a brush restorer / cleaner?
I like the Abtai Lung stuff that smells like Vicks. That is so nice. If anybody's had Vicks, you'll know.
Yeah, I've got some Winsor & Newton stuff that's quite good.
Look, let's face it, if anybody knows how to restore a brush, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
I must admit, this stuff is very, very good. I usually just give it a quick soak in it. Obviously not standing it in it. Just give it a soak, lay it on its side, leave it for half an hour, and then obviously just on a paper towel and try and shake the tip. And it is good. It literally does condition the bristles, because I tend to clean all my brushes as well in lacquer thinners. And then obviously this does put a point back on them and works quite well. But it's magic potion from the old Abtai Lung stuff.
I got this Mr. Brush Cleaner that I found. It has no smell at all. It just seems to work.
Mm.
But again, you have to get it from Japan or China.
Do you have the similar problems getting guns products over there, like Mr. Hobby stuff?
No, I haven't seemed to have a problem at all. Both the distributors I use can get all the guns and Mr. Hobby stuff, because I've got loads of the dark iron and all the buffable stuff. And I've got leveling thinner and rapid thinner, no problems. So guns doesn't seem to be a problem coming in.
Mm. No, I must admit, we're pretty good with that as well. We're good. It's just that every now and again, you'll get like dark iron. A couple of, what was it, about 2 years ago? I don't know if Matt can hear me. But we had trouble. So I must admit, I was cheeky. So I got the pack and did it that way, because it used to be problematic. But since I've done it, we can get them. So it's always been that thing where it's a case of, you know, sod to law. You go out and bulk buy it because you have problems with it. And now it's never really a problem.
That's what I'm doing with the Model Master stuff, because Model Master's going away. So I've been bulk buying all the buffable stuff.
It was always the problem with that, is that we could never get the acrylic version of it over here, but I've always quite liked their acrylic version. We used to be able to get the enamels, but they were so short-lived. They were only available over here through one of the importers, brought them in for about 2 years, and then that was it. So, again, strange, but they've, as I say, they'll be leaving us shortly. Be a bit of a sad day with one of the major manufacturers goes.
Yeah, these are good paints.
I have a question for Brett. I see a display clamp on the High Altitude Hobbies website. Any more display stuff coming through?
Everything that's on the website is sitting in a customs in California right now. Hopefully it'll be here Tuesday or Wednesday. They have this fancy new clamp display does.
Hold on, we'll go over and have a look, because we'll be nosy. We'll take you around Brett's store.
Yeah, I don't have many kits listed on my site because I've been too busy to work on the website. But I hired a person to run the hardware end of the store so I can work on the hobby side more.
There we go. High Altitude Hobbies, scale modeling essentially is at 10,200 feet. Cool. So you say you got the display stuff. I must admit, the clamps are new to me. Oh, it's one of those. See,
Yeah,
I didn't even know about
just
that.
released. Like, they haven't released it at their own site yet. They sent them to me, and they're going to release them on their site December 1st.
Right. Very nice. Lola, you're too early. He's not back yet. So yes, and obviously all the usual bits and pieces you can get as well, including their ruler that was missing certain scales. Just saying. I don't know why they missed that. It was mad. But yes, very, very good. So you get all of those. Obviously, you'll be able to get some of these funny things. Ha ha ha. So you'll be able to get all the usual bits and pieces. And as I say, there's another order going out to Brett on Monday, as soon as I get
I'm out of sand washing them out of pigments right now, but they're on their way.
Yeah, well, they will be. They'll be on their way as of. So AK Interactive's coming then, Brett, yeah?
Yep, the Gen 3 paints I've got. I just got to get them on the site.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone test those, and they liked them a lot. They say they're the best acrylic paints they ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I must admit, we've heard good things.
I can't get restocked, so ignore that.
Right, okay, ignoring that. Kit-wise, what you carrying?
I got, like I said, I have practically everything. That's all that's on the site right now.
Right, okay.
The Wikimora Phantom I've got, the Lightning I've got.
Very nice. And what we've got in tools? Tool section
Nothing
redone.
yet.
And the other bits and pieces coming through. But as I say, it's all a little bit of a work in progress. But as I say, you'll be able to get all your stuff from Brett. So if you are in the US or obviously Canada, that type part of the world. You don't ship internationally, though, do you, Brett?
I have shipped to South America before.
Right.
So they just have to email me about what postage is because I have to figure out the postage.
Yeah. Fair enough. Not a problem.
Yeah, US, Canada, and Mexico are easy because I can go straight through the post office.
Yeah. As I say, it just makes it a bit easier. But as I say, if you want to get everything from there, I say, as of next year, I'm going to stop selling internationally, so you'll be able to go for Brett direct, because obviously it'll work out cheaper for you guys for postage and stuff like that, because it's only going to get worse over here in the UK. So that's the plan for that one. So Brett will be able to look after you totally from that point of view. Sorry, I'm getting a funny look from the dog. What's up? No, it's all right.
Keep in mind, too, that it costs, because I ship everything in the US priority mail. So it costs the same to ship 1 bottle of wash or 6 bottles of wash, $8.30.
Yeah.
So the more you buy, up until a certain point, it's going to be, then it goes up to $15 because the box size increases.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so 1 bottle of wash or whatever it takes to fill that box, it's $8.30, and it's double that for Canada.
Yeah. And you think, from me to send 1 bottle of wash to the US, I think is about 15, would be a workout in dollars, about $16, $17 for, you know, as you say, a $5, $6 bottle of wash. It's like crazy when you're paying 3 times the postage just to get 1 bottle. And if you order lots of it, it can cost up to, as I say, anything over, I think it's 8 bottles of wash will probably cost you around about £22. So what, about $27, getting near $30. So it's crazy, and it'll take forever. So at least with Brett, we'll be able to get it out to you a lot quicker. Do you have a distributor in Oz or New Zealand, Phil? No, we don't. Something I'm planning on looking into soon. If anybody's got any ideas or people that you know, trust, you know, because obviously we have to work with them and need to know they're good guys, then let me know. Obviously Europe we're okay with. Obviously the US and North America we're okay with. But as I say, it might be worth getting somewhere down in Australia or New Zealand. Chuck says, Phil, I believe Andy was going to try the Meng paint in airbrush. Have you got any, Andy?
I have, yes, I was, wasn't I?
No pressure.
No pressure.
Or you can do it tomorrow, not a problem.
I'll do it tomorrow then.
Uh-huh. So I know you're all going to now shout company names at me. Best thing to do is if you can PM me a message with company details, i.e. a contact name, and obviously an email, and obviously the web address of the store they've got. It has to be a bricks and mortar store. I'm not dealing with people running out of their garage. So, yeah. That's the plan. Right, okay, let me just pop back up into this chat. Where were we? Greetings. Does anybody have any opinions on Revel's Decal softening product? I think Micro Set and Sol proving good quality. Just wondering if the Revel stuff will melt the whole model. Thanks. Do you know what? I've never tried it. Anyone tried Revel's Decal softener?
I didn't know nobody did it.
No, tried Humbrol before, and that was
Interesting.
Yeah, it took the paint off.
Do you know what? I actually thought that the Revel one and the Humbrol one was the same stuff.
Is it?
But I don't know. I've never used the Revel one. I would say same problem I've had with the Humbrol stuff. Yeah, not nice. It's very old school. I was talking about box sizes, I think. Question. I'm trying to find the Edard 148 scale Spitfire PR Mark, what's that, 19? PE for the Airfix kit and struggling to find any tips on sites that have a look on. PS, received the mug safe and sound. Oh, well done, Alex. To be honest, Hannants is always probably your best place to start off with when you're looking, because they tend to have everything. That's the thing. and then literally go from there. But if you're looking for specifics like it, the easiest way, if you've got the part number for it, is just do a Google search. And if you can't, go to Edard's site. If it's one of their photo etch sets, just get the number for it and just do a Google search on it, see who comes up.
Gordon Massey's given a thumbs up to the Revell stuff, saying it even works on Tamiya decals.
Oh, okay. As I say, I haven't tried it for many moons. Shadow Models saying, good tip here. If it's natural hairbrush, is that like a sable thing? Or horse hair? That's what my brushes go like. Apparently, if you put them on the steam from a kettle briefly, and the hairs will go back to their original position. There you go.
Well, for the odd brush that I've murdered.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work for my Airfix ones.
Yeah.
Come free with the.
I use them to do all sorts of. I just torture them poor brushes using them to clean my airbrush out.
Yeah. That's exactly what I've got here to do. I'm using at the moment.
Lee says he got his mug on Thursday morning. Thanks, Phil. He put some bubble wrap on the porch floor because the post lady just chucks everything on the floor. Okay. Rest in peace, Model Master. It's sad when the old companies go like that.
It is, isn't it?
I know we all take the mick out of Humbrol, but if they ever went, it'd be a sad day, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He says looking at all his stuff and doesn't actually have any Humbrol in view. One of those hypocrites. Oh, I love them. They've gone. So you didn't support them, did you? When are you going to be building the Hella Firebomber? Yeah, that's a plan for next year. I'm going to try and do something, something on that. I don't know quite yet. Because obviously it either means it's going to be in flight dropping water or it's going to be floating in it. I don't know yet. Why do you think companies like Tamiya, Hobby Boss, and even Meng didn't make an offer to buy Wingnut Wings? Ooh, that's a whole kettle of fish, that one.
I don't think that it was ever a thought in his mind to sell the stuff. I mean, people have said before that what he does for himself, not for anything else. So, why would he sell it? Yeah, he's got collections of aircraft that he doesn't publicly display, doesn't he? Because they're his
personal collection.
Yeah.
I think, we've spoke about this and done shows on it. I think really at the end of the day, Wingnut Wings is quite clearly a passion. It's Peter Jackson's passion with his aircraft and all the rest of it. Is it a viable business? That's what you have to look at. When you look at companies like Tamiya and obviously Hobby Boss and Meng and all the other ones like it, they're businesses. They're boards of directors who probably have never touched a model kit in their life because they are money people. They have investors. They might have shareholders to deal with. And at the end of the day, they're going to want to see profit. And as we were saying, if the company's not making profit, it's a really tough sell. To keep a company like that afloat. So to take on technically a company that actually probably doesn't make profit is probably why they decided it wasn't a business for them. If it was even up for sale, which I agree with Andy, I don't think it ever was for sale. I think he just pulled the pin on it. There's various things gone round about it and been said the reasons why he did it. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's what I would call a profitable business. If you look at the quality of the molds, the injection molding, right the way down to the research, the instructions, the decals, all the rest of it, the prices that they were doing them for, they couldn't have been making much money. And as we said, if they'd done a Spitfire and a 109 and played the safe game, then maybe, but they didn't. They stuck to what true, which was their niche of the market. But unfortunately, it's one of those things. It wasn't profitable to keep going. I'm sure if it was a profitable business, it would be going now.
Yeah, it seems a shame that Lancaster will never see the light of day. Because I wouldn't have bought it. Hence the problem with Wingnut Wings. But it would have been nice to see it. Someone else build it and stuff with it.
Yeah, I would have bought it, but. Once I built it.
I'd have bought the nose bit. I mean, I thought that was just, stunning. The quality of that kit. I don't think we'll ever get it. I mean, what's that biplane bomber as well? That looks amazing.
Oh, the big Gotha thing.
And they did the HP 400 or something as well. And it's like that's another stunning thing. And it's like, a board of directors would never sign off on a kit like that, would they?
No.
I would have bought the Lancaster as well.
They're mentioning here how, Brett, your modelling bench there is like a homage to Dispay. It's all right. He's on the tape.
$10 putting it all out.
I've told many people that if you model casually, you don't need Dispay.
Yeah.
You can get away with any cheap thing. But if you really just want to buy something and it looks nice, and it's worth the price because it's going to last forever. But you don't need it. It's a want thing.
Also, like we said, at the end of the day, like my point to it is, because I've got all their stuff as well, it's nice stuff. And if you can afford it and it's your passion and you spend hours of your life like we do there, why not? It's what you like. You don't need it, as I said before, and I would do my usual analogy to it. I've got two here. We've got the Master Tools folder and we've got a Display one. They do exactly the same thing. There's no difference in them whatsoever, but the Display one looks far nicer. But does it make it 30 quid more expensive? Yeah, because I like it. It looks a really nice piece of metal. And, but no, it doesn't do any different. But it's a bit like, why do some people drive a Porsche and why do some people drive a Ford? It's practicality over sort of, the flashiness of it. They both do exactly the same thing at the end of the day. Just one might do it a little bit more refined and nicer and casually. But the bottom line is they both do the same thing. They both get you from A to B. No difference with this either. But if you can, why not? Treat yourself. That's the whole point to it.
Right. We're sitting at this bench for hours and hours at a time. You might as well.
I mean, there's nothing more frustrating. It's like when you buy a computer, there's nothing more frustrating than a computer that's almost good. Because when you use a good one, you don't want to go back. Like, this trumpeter cutter.
I was about to say, how do you know that, Nathan?
Exactly. All you PC users just shoot yourself. Your update, your virus. Nonsense.
I've got a Mac right here. I don't use PC.
Exactly. Apple Macs are worth it. This goddamn nipper is 3 times the price of that. Maybe 4 times the price, and it is worth it. But that's got its uses as well. But that will do what this does, but not quite as nicely.
No, it is. It's one of those things. I still maintain, if you can afford it, why not? Some people spend hundreds of pounds on a golf club. Does it make them a better golfer? Probably not. Trust me, my late dad, it never worked for him.
Like you said, with cars, a Porsche gets stuck in the same traffic jam as I do, but
yeah,
I'm not going to begrudge anyone a Porsche. That's what they want. Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Where in the US is Brett broadcasting from? Go on, Brett, give him your exact location because it's got a cool name.
Leadville, Colorado.
There you go.
The highest elevation city in North America. Which means I also have the highest hardware and hobby store in North America. It's nice and peaceful up here.
Yeah, not even the birds can fly at that height.
Oh, I got lots of birds. It's fun to watch people who smoke and live at sea level come up here because if you're not, I don't smoke, but I know smokers who live up here and have trouble breathing. And if you come from sea level and smoke, you just
that's it. PM store decided against a Black Friday sale then? No?
No, it's on there.
It's on there. Should we have a look at the PM store whilst we're there? Hold on. Sorry, that's me. PM store. There we go. So this weekend only, it's 10% off all kits, up to 20% off the specials board, which I don't know what's available still on here because hello, we've sold out of a load. Okay, so unfortunately, pretty much the top row's sold out. But again, we've got speaking of wingnut wings, obviously the Meng is the wingnut wing Fokker triplane, so up at £58.99. But obviously you can see down in here we've got some nice bargains as well. We've got some of the Revell stuff should be 38 quid up at 30. We've got some Spitfires there. We've got some Meng bits and pieces. We've got what else we got? We've got some Shermans. Got some nice Tamiya stuff down in here. Got some Flax at £18. We've got the Abrams there for £32. We've got some bikes. We've got the Nashorn, £45, saving a tenner. Nissan 350Z, only £18. Look, a couple of nice bikes. 112 scale bikes. So we got the what's that? The CB 750.
Yeah, well, that's sold out.
Oh, sorry, they've sold out. Got this one here though, the Suzuki GTX 1100S, only £12.
Katana.
Yes, very nice. And we've got a couple of slightly damaged box ones, which are literally nothing. Trust me.
So actually, do you know what? The Zvezda ones are literally nothing. I can really see a lot on them. Some of the Tamiya ones have got dints and scrapes and stuff, but the rest of the stuff hasn't. And actually, Andy's built the T90, ain't you, Andy?
I have, yeah, very nice kit.
It's upstairs. It's upstairs on our mezzanine.
He's almost built the thingy as well.
No, a different one.
Oh, is that
Meng
a different one?
He's built the Meng one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Terminator.
Terminator
as well.
So yes,
I think
so
that's
they're
based
on
on the
there.
T90, I think, or...
Oh, right. And also 12% off Dora Wings kits as well.
Yeah.
So basically, it's all model kits, but just not the paints and the sundries and the bits and pieces from that side of things. So
Yes, we're all having a sale.
there is one going on.
And just while I'm thinking, Flory Models discount is for Flory Models site only, the code,
Yes,
not for PM.
yes,
Different companies, we are.
it is.
Why is Andy muted? Is he painting?
I don't know.
His wife's coming in.
He's coming in with his dinner, that's why. Hold on.
Can see his
Look,
channel.
What you need?
His
Put him on
dinner's
full
just
screen.
arrived.
Hey, put him on full screen.
I have, you've got him in full screen, but he's got overhead on, so we can't see him eat his dinner. Oh, here he is. Show us your dinner.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look, it's only an hour late. You've done well. Did Shell have to go and get it? You're still muted, by the way.
You're still muted, Andy.
Still muted. No, yeah, they took the while. Took the time, didn't they?
Mm.
A little bit.
Turned up the
Well,
line.
apparently they apologise. It was late.
Oh, well, at least you got
It's
it
all right.
eventually.
You can all sit here and watch me eat. I'll change my camera angle.
No. We're quite happy to watch you stuff your face.
Yeah. Put top corner cam on. It's like Big Brother, isn't it?
Mm. As Andy eats his dinner, it's like a bush tucker
Yeah.
trial.
It's 8:15 in the evening, and Andy's eating his Chinese takeaway.
It's right, an hour late.
Yeah. He's nearly passed out with hunger.
Yeah.
Clint's back. You must have only had like 3 hours sleep.
Clint's hardcore.
He must be coffee fueled.
What time is it there, Clint? Tell us.
It
Ooh,
must
look.
be like ridiculously. I bet it's still dark.
Oh God, Les has been looking for an A7DE. How's it go? Better than the Hobby Boss, isn't it? He answered that already.
I've not. I'm just about to read that out.
Oh, right, sorry.
What do you reckon then? A cigar one?
Yeah, if you can get the Azigar one's better, innit? Phil.
What's that? The Corsair?
Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
yeah. But if you really want one, the Hobby Boss one's readily available.
Yeah.
So, as Dirk pointed out, it's the front intake, isn't it? Needs reshaping because it's the damaged one. Did you say? it's been flattened or something. The big intake at the front.
Yeah, that's more on the problem they've got is on the Trumpy 32nd one. The front end of it's completely wrong.
Right.
But as I say, I think the Hasegawa one's got the best shape on the front of it for the intake.
Blimey, well, obviously, but an hour difference between Chris and Clint.
Oh, is it? No.
7:15 on a Sunday morning, correct?
Yeah, 6:15 and 7:15. Oh no, 7. It is right. Sorry. Because hey, you've got different time zones in Australia.
Right. If someone can watch the questions and keep an eye on chat, I'll just put a coat of paint down.
Yeah, I'm on it. Me and Nath are on it, aren't we?
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions on the forum actually we'll pick up at some point as well, I think.
Yeah, go for it.
Go on then, we'll do them, Nath. Read them.
Just a second, let me just put my... I'm almost ready to speak. Right, I'm just going to move on to the forum for a sec. Spotted done before.
Right, I'll just mute me mic a minute so I don't deafen you.
Good on you.
There's a question for John for tomorrow about MiG-21 BISs and MF. So I'm not going to go
Is
there.
there?
About the difference between a BIS and an MF.
Oh God, are we going to have to pre-warn him so he can do his research, or
Yeah.
I think he's going to know that?
I'm not sure what the difference is. Right. So, a question from Matt. Can you get the Special Hobby Mirage F1 EQED? Looking to do it for the... Dave wants to do it for the Africa build.
I think there was one in the store. If that one's gone in the store, should I say, then no, I think it's been discontinued. The 2-seat one has, which has really surprised me why they've dropped that. But I've just had a epiphany. Revell, I bet we'll bring the 2-seater out next year.
Yeah, I bet that's what
and they might even bring that one out because they brought the first one out, haven't they?
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's probably where it's going then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably why Special Hobbies dropped it, because Revell are going to bring it out next year. There was the Q, because that's the sandy coloured one on the box, isn't it?
It's looking now on the box art.
If it is, there was one in the store.
Yeah, it's the one with the Iraqi markings, I think.
Yeah, just check the Special Hobby in the store, because it might be in there if nobody's bought it while we've been on. If not, yeah. So,
and
just
the other question is for Phil, but I think anyone can have a go at this one. This is from Rob. Do you put all your decals on before weathering, or will you sometimes add smaller stencil lettering afterwards?
Oh God, if I'm doing that, I'll put all mine on and then weather them all in.
That's what I tend to do. Put them all in one go, or 2 evenings, and then seal them. We'll
ask everybody else when they're... Is Brett on? Brett, are you still on? Can you hear him?
Yep, I'm here. What you need?
Do you decal everything up before weathering, or do you part decal, weather, put the rest on, or?
For
aircraft,
yeah, I put the decals on first and then weather.
Yeah, that's what most of us do.
It just doesn't look right if the decals are fresh and then the aircraft's all wet up.
No, and from my point of view, I hate decaling, so the quicker I can get it out of the way, the better. I don't want to go back and start again.
I put everything on first, because you could have trouble getting your decals down if you've put weathering on.
Yeah.
Got a barrier between your paint and the...
Yeah.
Safer to do it first.
John, I don't know if you answered this question about 48 scale fairy fireflies.
Yeah, I think we did earlier. What, the Trumpy one or the Special Hobby? Didn't we answer that yesterday?
On those questions then. So that's it on the forum. I don't know if anything's popped up on the page.
Yeah, Chris has asked Andy, what colour will you be finishing your T55 in? Sorry if already discussed. He's been dipping in and out.
Oh,
green.
Well, that clears that one up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Green.
That's about as good as it gets.
Come on.
I'm using Put the camera on. That camera there. I'm using Akan green. It's after one of their sets. It just says for overall base colour on modern vehicles, armour, artillery, or equipment. That was the. I don't know. It was a bit hit and miss trying to find one that fits. To be honest with you. And I thought the one in the AK real colour set up too green, but now this is on, it doesn't look much different.
Are you not going to colour modulate it?
I've got to finish it tomorrow.
Nearly done. It's time you painted the turret.
No, I'm still putting the turret together.
Oh right, okay. I thought it was.
I've not painted all the wheels yet.
Oh right, okay. Perhaps not then.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to have time to do it.
I had another question somewhere to me. The Lotus Bride's coming on all right. I'll show you in a bit. I've just painted the satin black bits, and I think a bit tacky, but we might go for an off-white interior. I'm a bit undecided. So I've just painted the wheels. White and blue. What do you reckon? White interior with a blue exterior.
Yeah, why not? Nice contrast.
Bit cheesy though, isn't it? I was going to go for a nice tan, but I don't know. I've got my creamy wheels on those. So yeah, I tell you what, it's a really, really nice kit for its age. Proper Tamiya in it. So yes, no, Patrick, he does have to finish it.
Under this. So I'm starting to. This is why I'm just like rushing like mad on this area. Lots of wonky work on it. It's going to be finished.
Is that the thing? I might actually, you know what? I might actually paint the interior wooden neck tan.
So there's me white coat on.
Oh, he's back.
With me nice glossy white. Which actually isn't. It'll be, or hopefully it'll be more satin when it dries. So obviously just quite wet. Usual thing with a white coat, really heavy coat just to start with, quite thick mix, so it's like 50-50. And as you probably saw, I just added thinners and took it up to more like 70%. And then we were fine. And it's on. Nice and white. Or shiny. So now we just need to dry that. I'll probably freehand the colours. I was going to mask it, but I think it'll be more, I don't know, more animal-like if I fade it between the two. So yes, definitely. Be interesting. I'm going to go over it with some oils, I think, tomorrow as well.
So, Phil, question for you.
Yeah.
Fully decal before weathering, part decal before weathering?
I probably will go fully decal before weathering. So again, depending on how you're going to weather the decals, you know, it's that thing, isn't it? Because obviously you want to be a little bit careful with them. But if you're doing chipping or things like that, they're going to have to be in place for when you do it right the way over it. If you're post chipping onto it, because otherwise, if you've got like a fresh decal on top of your weathered, you've got to try and blend it. So I think it's always easier just to do its part of it in.
Oh, somebody's out.
Right, let me just mute so I don't
I love how the dogs are determined to play a part in this year's turkey shooting.
They're not going to miss out, are they?
They are. They're having their part this year. I think I'm going to spray stuff. No, I'm going to.
That's it. It's all right. She's in. So yes, I would just like with all your weathering. I think it's more difficult to weather your model. Then you've got one area where you've got to redo it. You know, so especially if you've got like quite a big roundel or something on there, and you've got to try and make it the same. I would just do it all in. So that way, when you're doing like panel line washes and stuff like that, drag your knife through the actual decal. Put your softeners onto it so it conforms to the surface properly. Same with riveting detail. So when you put washes over it, or like with filters or any type of weathering and stuff like that, it just becomes part of it, and it just saves time.
And that's the name of the game.
Because otherwise you get a thing, if you've got like a white decal and you've put it over your model and you've done all the panel lines and that, you've got these nice dark panel lines and they stop and then reappear on the other side where the decal is, you know? So...
Well, I've had this thing where people do a really, really heavily weathered finish, then put decals on it that look brand new. Perfect. It mismatches. So I think if you put your decals on and then weather it, harmonizes it and brings everything together.
Yeah.
Put a wash on it, sometimes has a subtle filter effect, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
It's always a good idea to get your decals on.
Yes. Just quick answer there. They're just saying about the 10% discount will come off at checkout. So you just go in, put it in, go to checkout, and then it will give you an automatic 10% discount. Isn't that right, Andy? Oh, he's off. I thought he's still eating.
No, I'm not. I'm on. Yeah, it is. But obviously, the discount's already been taken off on the special stuff, so you don't get 10%.
Yeah, the specials have already got the 10% off on the specials page, but any other kits in amongst the store as normal, then it will just come off. Nastro25 said he's received his PM Models order today with a slightly damaged box of the Ebro Tyrrell blah 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 from 1971. I couldn't see the damage on the lid, but there was a slight crease on the bottom of the box. Well worth the discount. That's it. Some of them are like that, weirdly, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I'll say some of the damaged Tamiya boxes are sort of corner dented. I think obviously whatever they've been in has been hit on the corner, but not as in the kits are damaged and they're not wrecked. It's just a bit of damage on the corner. So, you know, like I said, there's the rest ones. I couldn't really see anything, to be honest, when I looked. So I don't know if they're in there or they're end of line stuff and they're just getting rid. That's it. Could have been the other thing with the Zvezda stuff.
Yes.
I know, like the Flak 88s are all one corner. They've obviously been in the packaging box and it's been hit, so all the corners are like just damaged, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, them Ebro kits, some of it, and the what else did we have last time we were on? There was something else again, and it was like, why is that there? It's like, the two car kits have got hardly any damage on them. One has got a crease on the bottom.
Yeah.
So grab them anyway, they're there, so grab them and, you know.
Ian got his order through with his AK metallics and Flory wash, thank you. No problem.
Cool stuff.
After seeing your review of the Edard 109 and Spit packs, I've ordered some awesome detail, well pleased. Good kits. And the box art's fantastic. That's what sold us.
Yep. Like I said, the new one, the Tally Ho, will be with us by back end of the week.
Yes.
So, and we'll get them done. And Monday is going to be Challies are in, and I think Tuesday, even though I'm off on Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be the F4Es. So don't forget, I'm off on Tuesday. I am not at work. I am having the day off.
And I'm going to be off next week, although I'm still here, but we're not going to be doing videos next week.
No.
Just so we can catch up. So I get a chance to catch up, get ahead, and things like that. Oh, can I have one?
Right, Chris has got one. Trumpy scrapers v Alex scrapers. How do they compare? They're two different tools, aren't they?
Yeah, I was going to say it's completely separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the same for doing the same thing.
No.
The Alec ones are good, I think, for doing long seams, for instance.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're like, especially with the deburring tool, it's fine for doing that. But it's like a one-trick pony. It's good for doing like pipe works at this curve and stuff. It's just that these ones, because it's more of a just in a little area. Oh, cheers. Oh, you could just leave me the bowl.
No.
Oh, homemade brownie, anyone?
Oh, yes, please. Hello,
There's a
Sam.
small one just here. Thank you. Oh, hello. My mate's back. Hello, go on, out you go. Go on. So, yes. I think that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with Alex scrapers because I like them. I use them all the time. That's why they're on my desk but if you're doing small things, like for instance, where I was doing these yesterday, I was showing about scrape cleaning and all the rest of it. You wouldn't necessarily use an Alex scraper in that zone or that area. And also the thing is the Alex Drapers, because they're flat, they're good at taking off burring, and sort of, but it's not, because it's not sharp, it's just a 90-degree angle. It doesn't just lightly scrape to remove material. It's more of a carving nature by them. So it's different animals for different jobs. Definitely well worth both, though. Brett, can you get Alex stuff over there?
Yes, I can. I got some here. They're really nice. Those are one of the tools I'm trying to get in bulk so I can start selling them. That and the trumpeter scrapers that you guys sold me on. Right here. I'm getting those in too.
Definitely well worth stocking.
One thing I can't get yet is the drill that you guys are using. That you keep raving about.
Might have mentioned it once or twice. Are they all sold out now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, they'll be back in by end of the week.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show up eventually. I just haven't seen them yet.
Worth getting in though, Brett. If you do get a chance, they're cracking little bit of kit. To be honest.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
I like that they're cordless and you can recharge them with a USB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And I must say, like I was saying, one of the great things about that drill is the battery lasts forever. Because when I was using it in testing, I was doing all the work on the resin on the bowcaster, and I was honestly expecting it to die for hours before it actually did. And I was amazed it just kept going, because again, it's really hard resin on that, so it's quite a thing to do. And just carried on going. I was amazed by it, really. I just didn't think it'd be that good. Matt, any idea what the next kit from Edard's going to be?
No idea. So we'll
probably be a Spitfire.
Spitfire Mark 5. Andy said the Spitfire Mark 5.
Yeah, I've heard they're going to do the same boxing as they've done with the Mark 1 and Mark 2s in the Mark 5. So we shall see.
But no, nothing. It'll be a surprise.
I can ruin your surprise for January.
Rob, what is it, Brett?
They're doing a 48 Profi Pack BF110 G4, a 72nd limited edition Fokker dual combo, a 148 BF109 G6 weekend edition, 48 P51 D5 weekend edition, and a 144 P47 D Razorback.
So that's January sort of, Brett. What about February, March, and rest of the year?
I haven't seen yet. I just got their January newsletter about 10 minutes before we went on the air.
Yeah.
What anniversaries are next year that they can cash in on?
That's a good question.
It'll be funny. This is where Nathan comes into his own, because many a night we've sat here in it, and Nathan goes off and finds out what's due out next year for anniversaries, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's normally how we do the group builds.
The font of all knowledge on anniversaries and stuff.
It is, yeah.
Oh, that looks nice, Nate. What the hell is that lump?
Is that primer?
It's paint. Metallic paint, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I don't know if that's just a reflection. It's got bits falling off there.
This is Tamiya paint.
Is it?
Yeah, a bit gloopy, isn't it?
I was going to say, it's got a bit thick.
What colour is it?
It's darkly grey.
All right.
Spray, don't you worry.
Real spray, yeah. Yeah, no,
Anniversaries wise, I'm not sure at the moment.
Pearl Harbor.
You've got slightly longer term. You've got Korea coming up, haven't you?
We're thinking of Edard here, what they can put some special boxings together for.
Its problem is that they've been the end of World War II this year. There's not a lot left, is there?
No. Hey, sorry, what they've not reboxed from Asagawa yet?
What, again, you could...
Corsair 2?
Didn't they do that?
No, done Crusader, aren't they?
That's what we're saying. They probably haven't done that because Ravel's done that kit. But then I suppose Ravel did the Harrier, so yeah. Okay, so they could do the Bicentennial for the Corsair 2s.
They've
There'd
never
be
done any.
loads of fantastic box art for that.
Never done any Japanese stuff, have they?
Never.
No.
Perhaps they can't get kicked. If they do as a Gala, then they can't they? They can get as a Gala kits because they're all right.
Gas Zero, that'd be good.
That would actually.
I can imagine Eddard actually doing their own 048 and running it through like they've done all the others. Like, you know, it'd be funny. You know, we were saying 109 Spitfire. You know, those ones that everybody does.
P51.
Yeah, P51.
That's the problem. Japanese stuff doesn't sell this side of the world, really.
No.
Probably would like over, I don't know, probably would they buy them in the States, but just a lot of Japanese stuff out there. Like planes and stuff.
There's a lot of Japanese planes here. And
The
anniversary of Pearl Harbor and Midway and all those big anniversaries, everyone's buying Japanese planes.
Because, over here, all the Tamiya Japanese stuff, we can't get it in the UK. They don't import it. We have to special order it in cartons.
I did read somewhere that the Zero was the most built model aircraft
Ever.
Really?
In Japan.
Yeah, I was going to say, in Japan. Yeah, I can't believe that. I thought it would probably be a Spitfire or a
think how
Mustang.
many Japanese modelers there probably are.
Yeah.
Compared to.
But then look how many American modelers there are probably building Mustangs and Thunderbolts as kids.
Yeah.
So Brett, here he is. We can ask our American friend. As a kid, did you all just build Thunderbolts and Mustangs?
We built a lot of Mustangs, a lot of German stuff. We built the B-17. Everybody I knew built the Ravel B-17 and the B-24 and the B-29, all those big monogram kits. The B-36, that huge 72nd scale one.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts didn't seem to get built as much then as they do now. It was like the Thunderbolt's like the Hurricane to the Spitfire.
Yeah.
There's some nice ones, but they don't get built much, and a lot of Zeros. A lot of Zeros. Everybody built a Zero.
See, that's what.
Do you think, Brett, that the Pacific Theatre is better known for World War II in America than the European theatre? Because in England, definitely, it's more the European theatre that's known than the Japanese theatre.
Yeah.
I think it's more personal to people, the Pacific Theatre, because of what happened.
Yeah.
And we all studied history. We all know the European theatre. But I think just because it actually happened to us, it's like, the Battle of Britain to you guys. Pearl Harbor, we had Midway, all it took was one plane not hitting the right target, and Midway would have gone a whole nother way. And then who knows what would happen.
Yes, very true.
Yeah. Nice to have a different perspective.
Well, it is, because I must admit, I've been over to Pearl Harbor and been through the museum and all the rest of it. Some of the people I was talking to as well, they were saying, obviously, if you were like a historian and talking to some of the guides and some of the people there, they all say they'd love to come over into, obviously, the Normandy beaches and, those types of areas. Because like they were saying, it's not as well known in the US, that particular theatre, the European theatre, as is the sort of the Pacific side. And it's somewhat, they were saying that it overshadowed, purely because of, obviously, Pearl Harbor was, I suppose, your biggest turning point of it, that it just turned everybody's opinion, being attacked like that and things, the way it happened. So, it's just an interesting to sort of get normal people, because say when you're speaking to people in museums and that, they sort of know their history, but just the normal people, it's interesting to hear it. Because a lot of people I know probably don't know about Burma and all the various things like Singapore and, those types of areas where obviously, were quite dark times for the British. So yes, interesting indeed, definitely.
Right. Just look at all of our movies that You know, we had Iwo Jima and Midway and Pearl Harbor and Coral Sea movie. And yeah, there's some European World War II movies, but the big ones are all the Pacific ones. You know, the original Midway was a huge movie here. And a great movie because they use actual footage.
Yeah. Interesting. Definitely interesting. We won't talk about the U-boat one, though, where they rewrote history.
No. We won't talk about that.
Gloss over that one.
Well, I watched the Dunkirk movie, and the Spitfire on the beach scene was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's the world's longest glide, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who knew a Spitfire could fly around like that for like 20 minutes? Bless.
Is that Tom Hardy's one?
That's Tom Hardy, yeah.
Well, there you go. That's why he could do it, because he was in it.
Yeah, this is it.
But, you know, until that movie, I didn't know Dunkirk. I knew what Dunkirk was, but I didn't realize the extent of it.
I suppose from a historical point of view, I think as kids, that's the thing we're first taught, isn't it? Even before Battle of Britain was Dunkirk for England. Even though obviously the Expeditionary Force was over there doing it all, nobody actually knows anything about that whatsoever. Just everyone remembers Dunkirk and is taught Dunkirk. And then obviously the Battle of Britain after that, and then obviously the D-Day landings after that. So, but I think history is taught far better than it was back in the day. Certainly my day in the 70s and 80s.
Well, the Tom Hanks movie Greyhound, I didn't realize the blockades were the way they were. I mean, I'd heard about them and read about them, but I didn't realize so many people and ships were lost during that.
Oh, horrendous. Yeah, definitely.
We were taught about all the ships we lost in the Pacific, but not as so much in the Atlantic.
Yeah. Because again, I think that's the, you know, obviously you speak to the older generation, older than me certainly, is that, you know, there was resentments being built up against America for not helping out. And I think, you know, what a lot of people forget is the amount of ships that America was giving us, technically, like Lend-Lease, call it what you like. But, you know, and the amount of effort and with the war effort and sending stuff over and everything that was done before, obviously, you know, you did enter the war and came into it and all the rest of it, you know. But it is that thing. Sometimes history gets rewritten wrongly. But I think over the last few years, it does seem to be, with the advent of films or programs like The Pacific, you know, Band Brothers and that, which go a lot more in depth, which are more historical films than, you know, technically the glorified Hollywood versions, as I say. And then you get in films like Greyhound, you know, things like that as well. You see a different perspective to it.
Exactly. You learn a lot from that.
Absolutely. I remember watching Das Boat, the original film, or a miniseries, wasn't it? And it was on like British TV in the 80s. I think it must have been back then. And seeing it from the German point of view, because it's all obviously in subtitles and things like that, and seeing, you know, the horrors like that, and now watching Das Boat, the remake, you know, you see it from the German perspective as well, and go right the way through. So, you know, it is very much more thought-provoking when you see it from the other side. It's not just, you know, history rewritten usually by the winners, you know. Yep. See both sides of it all.
Oh, look at me. I've just masked the windscreen.
Have you? What, by hand? That's the first time you've masked in how many years?
Hey, yeah. Look how easy that was, though.
Yeah. That's about the extent of it.
I tell you what, proper proud of myself. In fact, I'm going in now. I've had enough tonight. I'm sorry. That's it.
Boy, that's it. He's peaked.
I've peaked tonight. I'm off.
Again, talking about Dunkirk, because obviously the guys in chat are talking about it as well. I think one thing that's overlooked as well is the French side from Dunkirk. Because obviously in England, we just think about it, getting as many of us back as possible and the little ships and that. But then everyone forgets about the French who held the line, you know, to let us get off. And all the ones that were then captured and, you know, things like that. That side's never been really spoken or seen about, has it? Or we don't get taught it, put it like that.
No. You got to feel for France a bit, because obviously they got hammered in the First World War and then they copped in the Second as well, didn't they? There was What was I watching? That something on World War One, to be honest. And it was just like, Jesus Christ, what a, you know.
Top Gun is known as the most most historical accurate film ever made.
Very true.
How to wind any combat pilot up in it. So well, it's just like Top Gun, isn't it? They all hate the film with a vengeance.
You mean Top Gun's not real?
This is it.
Yeah, it's still the best film ever out.
If you like pure cheese.
Oh, it's a classic film, that.
Oh, God.
So yeah, the guy's talking about Arnhem, which obviously Matt's got a connection in there, don't you, Matt?
I do, yeah. I do.
So Matt's got a family connection to Arnhem and stuff. But to say The Bridge Too Far, I thought told that quite well. Considering that's Christ, when was that film made?
1977.
Is it 77?
Yeah.
You know, considering it's an all-star cast and everything of its day, it's still a damn good film, I think. You know, portraying it.
That's the point you were making before about the Pacific campaign. My granddad fought in the Far East for the whole of the war, and they were actually known as the Forgotten Army.
Yeah.
It's not some recent thing that we've forgotten about it.
No.
You got to think, because obviously we got Australians and New Zealanders, and they were there, weren't they?
Absolutely.
You know. So.
My granddad was in the Chits.
Well, as I say, I lost my nan's brother. He was a rescue pilot on Warwick's, and he was lost out there.
I think it's the geography of that part of the world is so much more difficult to get your head around, and the distances between the battlefields are massive, aren't they? Australia up to sort of Okinawa, it's thousands of miles. 41. There's a couple of anniversaries around, but I don't know. Not sure. Wait, what Eddard announced in their magazine thing that they do, aren't they?
Yeah. But the thing is, in war, guys are talking about different areas down in here. I think, you know, you could go back through history and there's loads of areas. Like, you never really hear anything about coming up through Italy, do you? You often hear about, obviously, the forces coming in through Normandy, but nobody talks so much about coming up through Sicily, in through Italy and up that way.
Well, let's be fair, you like Monte Cassino.
Yeah.
And Anzio, innit? The landings.
Yeah.
Not, like you say, not much else, really.
No.
There is, but, you know, you're watching bloody Clint Eastwood, aren't you, in, what's it called?
I can't remember now, yeah.
Kelly's Heroes, or where he
Kelly's
gets there?
Heroes,
Yeah.
there you go, then. Italy, weren't there?
Yeah, but that's just a fun movie.
Yeah. Actually, I was watching Clint Eastwood last night in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. It was on Channel 5, I think.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch it, but I did see it on there.
Great film.
Great
Can't beat the spaghetti western.
I don't think anyone did a mainstream Firefox. Wasn't it Anagram did a Firefox resin kit?
What, of the film Firefox?
Yeah.
Yeah. The MiG-31.
Yes.
Yeah, the only one's a resin kit. I've never seen a model kit of it.
Yeah, well, I think it was Anagram, wasn't it? Did it? It was going for silly money at one point.
Hey, you never had one, Phil?
No, do you know what? It's funny because I've often looked at that kit when I've seen it crop up occasionally, but I've never been sort of go and did it. I remember years ago, we talked about kit bashing. When I was a teen, I did kit bash a F4 Phantom. I reversed the wing to get the down droop. And then I kit bashed the body from something. And then we had the fins off of an F-18 Hornet on the back. And I kit bashed a version of it. It wasn't very good, but that was my go at doing one because I was a big fan of the film.
So what did you use for the fuselage?
I can't remember what it was now. It was something big and flat. Can't exactly how I did it. I remember cutting. Can't remember actually what I used on the front end. The back end, I had a Phantom, literally the lower wing. I've got one here. I just reversed it, did that, and then we put the body on 2 halves of a fuselage. It may have been even a Phantom, and I just took the side fuselage, cut them off, and put them onto the top of it on there. And then I can't remember what the front was, and that's the thing that's bugging me. I've got a feeling it was an A10. I used an A10 fuselage through the middle of it, and then we had the tails coming off were off of an F-18 Hornet. Bearing in mind, I was a little teenager at that point. I was about 13, and did it that way. But that's how we sort of did it. We had it in. I can't remember exactly what I used. I think with the fuselage was an A10.
What did they make the real prop plane from? What was it based on?
I can't remember what they did it off of now, to be honest. I think it wasn't anything Pacific. It was just because what it was, the original book where it's based off of came off the original reports from it. That's why it has got twin tails and downward wingtips and things like that. Because the original MiG-31 prototype was a bit like that. And then obviously they took the artistic license from the book to make the film. But I think there's definitely differences along that route.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's why I always say it's quite nice when we do the group builds, is because obviously it's nice to bring history back to life. You know, we're certainly not glorifying it by any stretch of the imagination, but when we do the different battles that we've done and the various things over the years, it's quite nice because sometimes you do a little bit of research and you become far more knowledgeable because you've done a little bit of, bashing around the internet and getting perhaps things you never knew before.
Yeah, figured I reckon the Latin American one that we did this year was probably one of the ones where it was a bit sceptical at first, and then people got into it.
Definitely warmed to it by the end. Everyone was into it then. Yeah.
Which is nice, just a bit out of your comfort zone as well into some of the stuff. Because hopefully the African one next year will be the same.
Yeah.
People will embrace it and get on board and do some good stuff.
Apparently, there is a kit in 144 of the Firefox in Japan for $59 for a MiG-31 kit.
Oh, whose kit is it? LS? No?
Now you say it, I think there is a 144 version kicking around, but because the Anagran one, I think is 72nd. It's quite a big jet anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brett, any chance you got a CH-53E in any scale?
No, I can't find one of those anywhere. I don't think they make them anymore right now. I can get it in 700 scale. That I do know for Trumpeter's aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
But I don't think it wants that scale.
That maybe we had that Academy one in.
Yes.
What was that? The big? Was that a seat? That was a.
Yeah, that's the big one with the anti mine one, isn't it? It's the Super Stallion.
The Super Stallion, that was it. Yeah.
With the giant pods on the side.
It'll Larry have the MH one, the Sea Dragon one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That you can get. But the Sea Stallion, I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, it's the Sea Dragon's the one with the big sponsons on the side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it used to, I don't know, does it still do that where it used to tow that massive sled behind it for anti-mines? I don't know if it still does it, or they changed the system now, but that was originally what it was designed for, wasn't it? It used to tow this big sled underneath it on the water to do mine clearance work. So it literally have to pull this thing along the water. That's why it needed a big helicopter to do that.
Yeah, okay. Do you have any trouble getting Academy kits, Brett?
We did, but then all of a sudden, once the lockdown happened all over the world, we got Academy, Trumpeter, and Hobby Boss coming out of our ears now.
All right, okay. We're all right for Trumpy again, because that went really sort of dry for a bit. Hobby Boss has always been okay. Academy stuff is really hit and miss for us over here.
Mm.
Yeah, went bad for a little while, and then it just took off about April, and we haven't had a problem since.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, should we have a look around the
Aye, why not?
forum? Okay, let me refresh in here. Okay, so starting off with a military tractor. This is the Airfix one.
Oh, it's a rebox of the Thunder models kit, I think.
Oh, right. Okay, so Brian's working on this one. See, tractors seem to be the thing then. Everyone's
Cheers.
doing.
Everyone loves a tractor.
That's it. Look, Tamiya.
Tell me what?
Yeah, I think he magnifies.
Oh,
Who
the
knew?
Tamiya.
That's a Tamiya logo, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Over here, those are very expensive.
Oh, are they? I must admit, I've never seen them before. I don't think we get them over here, do we?
Say, I don't know if we can get them over here.
Well, I think I've seen
I might have to ask.
it. Oh, bonus points, got the sander in. Very nice, coming on very nice. And over on the next page. Oh, bit of photo etch. Bendy. Oh, that looks complicated and very small. Jesus. It's only about 1.5 centimeters across. There we go. So the photo etch bit. And we've got the seat going on. There's the seat. Crikey. That looks very delicate and fiddly, doesn't it? There we go.
Does look cool though.
I'll be worried now putting the tyres on, breaking off the bloody suspension. Because that's the type of ham-fisted thing I'd do. Very nice. That's looking very good on that. Cool. Like it. Certainly looking like a tractor to us. Brilliant job. Okay. And next we've got de Havilland Turkey. So this is Clive's turkey moth, as we're calling it. So it's into paint now. Front end going on. And the engine. Nice little bit of harness work going down in there as well. Got the dials. Got the slip indicator. Very nice. Tail. There's the wings on. Ooh, coming together. Speedy job. There we go. We're going in with LP11 for the actual metal finish.
Good choice.
And again, masking up. There we go. We're into the masking stage. Starting to get the ready for the red. Absolutely. Good job, Clive. Coming along very nicely indeed. Oh, look. We've got a Tamiya. This is the, is it the Yoo-Hoo? This one? The owl?
Yeah, the owl.
Yeah, the HE219 Yoo-Hoo, which is owl, isn't it?
Yeah.
From Neil, thinking on this one. Clear parts, various stuff. Nice job on the cockpit. Cockpit going in. Get the old sprue glue going over the seams. Bolt it in. That's it.
That's the one that comes with the metal.
Yeah, just saw that. Yeah. Well, it adds, it's also the nose weight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it needs to hold it down. Bloody nose sitter.
Oh,
Tail sitter, definitely. Looking good. Paintwork on. That's it. Shading coming through. Oh, going in with the old Motley masks. Ooh.
Motley masks.
Coming along very nicely. Well done on that one. Looking very good. Okay, what else we got? We just seen that one. Sorry, it's where people are jumping in now. Everyone's going, Jet, quick, part of me thing. What have we got here? V2. This is the Taken one, 172nd. With the vehicle, which I can't pronounce. There we go. Okay. Looking good, coming together. Be a nice little display that is in 72nd. Like it a lot. Okay. What have we got? A 109 Condor Squadron 1. Look at that savage. He shot down a poor little biplane. Right, sorry, which kit is this one? This is, oh, it's Dora Wings. There we
Dora
go.
Wings.
Dora Wings, nice bit of photo etch. Get a mask set with it. What more could you ask for, Matt?
Exactly. Nothing.
That's it. Looking good, coming together. Got a nice little engine detail in there. All right. And it's probably not like that. Looking good. Well done, John. Fantastic. Good work. And what's the 109? So we've got the, oh, this is Paul, which is doing the, yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, an Oust B.
Panzer 38, that is.
Is that a Panzer 38?
Yes, mate.
Yeah, that'll do. Trackies, bit of photo etch. There we go, straight into the wheels. There you go, get the suspension, all the little bits in. Looking good, coming together. Drive sprockets and idlers in. A little bit of photo etch in there, clear parts. There we go, got the guns. And that's it. Lower hull coming together very nicely. Nice bit of photo etch down in there for all the tools. Coming along. Power gun. A little bit of photo etch on the rear gear grill as well, and the various parts. Nice little bit of detail in this kit, isn't it?
It's a nice kit. It's the old TriStar kit.
Ah. Main gun. Very nice. Very cool. Coming together. Okay, what do we got here? A 1/20th. Ooh, what's that? A Wave Marvel.
Oh, they're cool. It's a Mac.
Machine Krieger.
Machine Krieger.
That's it, Machine Krieger. Of course it is.
Of course it is, Phil. Come on.
Sorry. Do apologise.
You need to build one of them, Phil.
So I'll take myself out and flog myself shortly after the show for my lack of knowledge. There he goes. Got the figure. Well, bust of the figure. Not a lot of point doing his legs. You never see him. There he is. That's pretty cool, that, isn't it? I'm surprised you haven't done something like that, Matt.
I have.
In Luftwaffe markings.
I built one when I first joined the forum for someone.
Oh, did you?
Upstairs. I did a little base for it and that. Yeah, it was really nice.
I've done a couple on the forum as well.
See?
Look, Rob's also got How to Do Hobbies and the Flory Models cards next to each other. Look at that. He's just going for triple points there, isn't he? Looking good. Oh, Motley masks, is it? Crikey. Are they a thing now? Everyone seems to be doing them now, isn't it?
We've sold loads of AK ones.
Got the rotor things and the engines coming together. Looking very nice. That'd be interesting to follow along with that one. All the metal colours.
Motley masks.
Good job. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, a Sky Raider. I must admit, you've pricked my thing now. After getting it out the other day, after the show, I got it out again. And I was perusing the plastic parts thinking,
Are you tempted? Are you tempted?
Well, seeing as I said I'm not doing big kits again, or not for a while, because I've got so many to do coming up as well, that I'm thinking, but...
It's a Sky Raider. And
it's a Sky Raider. It does look cool. There we go. So, wing sections and the fuselage done. Wheel wells. Looking good. All the cowlings and the cowl flaps. There's the engine. Nice metal work. There's the internals. Open. Very nice indeed. Coming on very nicely. Sorry, who was that? That's Albert. Well done, Albert. Coming on very nicely there. Where are we? Kate, kiss me quick. There we go. It's the FX Club edition. Very nice. Nice paintwork. With the cockpit. Glory mug. There you go. 10 points immediately. And he's got my little clips as well. 20 points. Very nice. Oh, into paint already. Crikey. Speedy little build. And we got the metalwork on. And the engine. That's looking very nice, actually. Sweet build. Oh, look at that. Markings in as well. Very nice indeed. Good job. Okay. Right. Where are we? Cromwell, Mark 4. Nope, nothing more from that one. Have we caught up? Oh my lord. Right, okay. I think we've caught up to where we were earlier. So let's just go back up here. This is the Sopworth Putt, which we were looking at earlier, the old Airfix one. Fuselage done, just give you an idea of the scale. Jesus, look at that. Ickle. Tiny, tiny. See, that's why I have to do 30-second stuff like that, because there's no way I'd be able to work on something so small. It would. It just so difficult to do small stuff like that. Talk about magnify a city.
That's Nathan's depart. He likes small stuff, doesn't he?
Yes. I think it's harder to do small stuff like that than it is big. That's looking, look at that. Very sweet. Got the woodwork in there. We've got the prop. All the parts. Well done, David. Looking absolutely fantastic. Coming along very, very nicely. Okay, one more. Because it's a Bronco, and we like a Bronco. Academy 72nd from Dennis. That one that crashed in the UK, the real one, the German markings, is it up flying again?
I don't know.
Anybody know in live chat? I don't know if it got totaled or if it was salvageable and it got flying again.
I don't know.
Yeah, but no, very nice indeed. Coming together. I like the way it's actually got the door on the back and you can sit in it. And it's got like parachutists can jump out, or it can carry like a litter for a stretcher in there. That's a cool design. Very nice. Got the seats in there. Oh look, liquid tape. A tacky adhesive for temporary joining most modelling materials. Easily removed. Cleans up with water. Still logging it here. Mind you, that label looks like it's photocopied in a knockoff.
It's not Elmer's glue, is it?
Yeah. Okay, paintwork on. Looking good. Into the gear and weapons fixed. So we've got rockets, sidewinders and tanks by the looks of it. Very nice. Cool job on that, I must admit. Well done, Dennis. Looking absolutely fantastic. And I think that is it. That's roughly where we're to. Anybody else got a quick update in? Nope, we're all good. We're all sorted there. Well done, everybody. Doing a fantastic job. And say I can't really do mine because it's still wet and it's because it's that way. But if I go to mere fast, I can show you where we are tall. Where thy to? God, sounded like a yokel. Okay, so white work is on, and he is on, and he is ready. So the idea being is we're going to freehand like a sharky type thing. I'm thinking this is a hybrid shark stroke dog thing. Going to go round with obviously, I don't know now. I'm really tight. I'm thinking about actually doing it in a darker grey. So it's more like a shark colour than dog, or yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll think of that. But that'll be the next one round at the top. Then we can unmask. Then it'll be a quick decal job, and then we'll seal it up with a satin finish. And then we can do a little bit of hand painting then as well once we're all in. So we're going to come in and do some red in around the actual mouth. Then we can put that final tooth on, because obviously the red will go in behind it. That's the theory to it. And we got the other one there, his other little mate. And then, as I say, we'll put it onto an acrylic stand, and we'll get them sorted and ready to go. So the idea being they'll look very angry as they're coming from their base. So we've got a piece of acrylic, which is this bit here, which is just 10mm solid acrylic rod. So we'll heat this up and bend it. So the whole point is we'll have, we've got our stand, which I'm not sure if this will be the permanent stand for it, but it probably might be. So we've got one of those, and then we'll do something with the base, and then we'll just have two coming up, one up there, one up there. I won't cut this pole in half, we'll bend it so it looks like they're sort of turning and going, and then we'll put some heat and various things, usual thing we do to the bees into the flame to make it look like it's hot exhaust coming off the back. So that's the plan for me. You guys, how are we doing?
All right.
Andy, do you want to start with you?
Turrets pretty much together.
I didn't realise what time it was. Sorry. Jeez.
Need a bit of a filling on the front. Just filling the seam line on the front of the barrel. Yeah, it's a nice little turret actually.
Very nice. So what's your impressions of the kit? Now you've basically built it, and so you're into the painty stage. Kit, good kit, bad kit, average
Yeah,
kit?
good kit. It's got the usual Tamiya issues, as in underneath here was all injector pin marks. Yet on the inside, there's no ejector pin marks. Why don't you put the ejector pin marks on the inside?
Yeah, true.
You know, it just seems a bit of a, don't know, daft thing to do, but yeah, nice kit. Enjoying it.
I must admit, I haven't built any of their 48 scale and stuff like that, so it'd be interesting to see what they're like. I know John was saying it was a nice kit, so yes.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed. And Mr. Matt, that's looking very nice.
So yeah. So I've just done some more satin blacking really tonight, just getting base coats on. So I've got metallizers to do tomorrow morning. But yeah, we are getting there. So there's obviously the colour of the wheels. I've done them in off-white. I'm going to have a chrome hubcap, which is one of those.
Very nice.
So that's going to be good. So yeah, I've got some chroming and some bright work to do, and then probably final assembly. I still think there you go. You'll get the gist when it's together. But yeah, it's really coming along. And I do like the colour. I do have to say it's really nice.
Very nice. Cool. Very good.
Yeah.
Brett, we didn't even ask you what you're working on. Sorry.
I'm doing the ICM American Spitfire.
Very nice. What do you think to the kit?
Well, it's flashy. It's very, very detailed. And the instructions are awful.
Non-existent. Yeah, that's it. That's ICM. That's early ICM for you, though, in a nutshell. I always say early ICM, people say what they're like. I said incredibly detailed, but they're a nightmare. So
yes, not as much fun as I thought it would be.
Yes.
But it's going together and the detail's nice. I have the engine done. I have the cockpit done. And I've got the sidewalls of the cockpit and inside the fuselage done.
Very nice. Cool. Coming along. Some people are asking about your helicopter. Can you show the camera? This is the Academy 35th scale. Is that the Night Stalker one?
Yes. It's the AH-60L DAP. Got all the Edward photo etch inside and out, as you can tell. And, you know, it's had some problems with the seam here. And putting this underneath, I had to cut it out and then re-putty it. But, you know, considering how old it is, it's not bad. It's good detail. It's a fun build.
Yeah.
And what else was I going to do at the time? Because there wasn't another one until, and I still don't have Kitty Hawk, anything Kitty Hawk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a nice, fun build. It's going together well. It just takes a little work, but that's what we do.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it must have been. It's looking very nice. As I say, I'm a massive fan of the Black Hawk anyway. As well, I'll be working on the S860B. And, yeah, really, really nice. Again, a helicopter is definitely overlooked in the modelling world because, let's face it, 48 scale, there's not a lot around. Or not a modern version anyway. So definitely could do with some more kits like that. And say the Kitty Hawk ones, well, yeah, if you can get them. Luckily, we just managed to source them, but yes, not brilliant.
So, yeah, I'd say if you like your modeling and you want to take the time and build something, get the Edward PE and just take the time and do it.
To be honest, that kit over here was actually peanuts at one point, wasn't it, Matt? They were giving them away.
Yeah.
They were literally so cheap. It was ridiculously cheap.
The Seahawk version they did?
Yeah.
It was proper cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still only $50 here if you can find it. I think I can get it from one of my distributors and it's like $50.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, over here they were literally giving them away at one point. I don't know why, but they were so cheap. Because as I say, it's a lot of plastic for your money. You know,
it
is a lump.
A big stuffed box.
Very nice indeed. Right, over to the Harrier is looking painty. How's it going, Nath?
He's muted.
Action.
Take two.
Try again.
I'll try again. I've just whacked a load of self-leveling thinners over it, so I'm not sure I dare touch it. I've got a bit of paint texture, so I just dumped a load of thinners on it.
Yeah.
Well, It's a mix of Hataka and Tamiya Extra Dark Sea Grey, which are a bit more different than I hoped for, but it'll be right. It'll all weather nicely. Yes. So I'm just going to, tonight, after this, I'm just going to put a gloss coat on it so it's ready for decals first thing tomorrow morning.
Very nice. Enjoying the build?
Yeah, I mean, I've rushed it, so the fit's not perfect in places, but yeah, it's a lovely little kit.
Say it's 40-year-old.
I was going to say, yeah, for a kit that's, how old is that? Did we say that kit was?
I think it's probably mid-80s.
Yeah.
I think. But I'm all right. It's a turkey shoot build, so I'm allowed a few imperfections.
Well, that is the thing. The whole point of the turkey shoot build, if you haven't guessed already, is literally have fun. There's no rules, there's no nothing. You've just got to build it over the last, 4 days technically, and have a giggle and a bit of a laugh with it. That's literally all we do. So, yes, very good. So, anyway, that will call us. You're going to put your face cam on, Matt?
Sorry?
No, that's fine.
No, you can just sit there, friends.
There he is, he's back. Anyway, that will do us for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Special thank you to Brett, who will be on with us tomorrow night. You coming back on, Brett?
Yes, I am. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Anytime, you know that. So Brett will be back on with us. We'll be back on with you tomorrow afternoon as well from 2 o'clock till 5. So then hopefully, as I say, we'll get the paint on that one. We'll get it deckled from my point of view. And things like that to make our way through. And then in the evening, I want to do the acrylic stand for it and do the base and things like that. So we'll be doing some acrylic bending. I'll get my hairdryer out on that one and do those. But as I said, most of all, have fun. Don't rush them. Like we were saying before, it's one of those things. If you don't finish it in time, don't worry about it. I'll just move the thread over to the various build sites they are on the forum, and you can carry on with them in there. So it's no problem whatsoever. So, anything to add, gentlemen? Are we all good?
We're all good, mate.
We're all good. Everyone's tired and needs their bed. Well, apart from Brett, who's just getting started, I think.
Early afternoon.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to everybody in all the live chats. As always, we will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So if you want to join us then, we'd love to have you along. Until then, stay safe, stay sound, stay modelling, enjoy your life, have fun. Bye. Wave, everyone. Bye. That's it. The big show end.